Leo walked slowly through the dark and dusty market. The air smelled bad. Old machines lay broken on the ground. Strange traders stood behind stalls, shouting prices for their goods. This place was called the Broken Market, hidden deep inside Kora City. People came here to buy things others didn't want to sell in open places. Leo kept his hood up. He looked like a poor traveler, but inside he was tired and sad. He had no family, no friends. He only had his small spaceship and a few credits. In his pocket, his life was empty. That day, something pulled him toward the market. He passed old robots with missing arms. He passed cages full of sick animals. He passed weapons that no longer worked. He wanted nothing from these stalls. It was about to leave when he heard a small sound, a weak, soft voice. "Please." Leo stopped. He turned his head and saw something strange. Behind a tall iron gate stood cages, and inside those cages sat small girls. Their bodies were thin, their faces tired. They looked human, but they had small cat-like ears on their heads. Their eyes were bright, yet filled with fear. A trader stood near the cages. He laughed when he saw Leo looking. "Ah, you like them?" the trader asked with a grin. "Alien workers. Cheap. Good for cleaning ships or running simple jobs." Leo felt anger in his heart. "Why are they in cages?" he asked. "They are weak. Easier to keep them like this." "No trouble that way," said the trader, shrugging. "No one wants them now. Soon I'll sell them to the meat traders." Leo's hands became tight fists. He looked at the girls. Most sat quietly, heads down. But two of them looked straight at him. One was older, maybe 15. Her yellow eyes glowed softly. She sat in front of the younger girl, trying to protect her. The smaller girl looked no older than 10. She had white hair and soft blue eyes. She shivered from fear. Leo's mind raced. He had only a small number of credits left, enough to buy fuel or maybe food for a week. But something inside him refused to walk away. "How much?" Leo asked, his voice cold. The trader laughed again. "What? You want them both? 2,000 credits? I have 500. The trader's smile vanished. "That's not even enough for one." Leo looked into the eyes of the older girl. He saw a silent message. "Help us, please. I'll give you all I have." 500. Right now. The trader thought for a moment. He looked at the girls, and he spat on the ground. Then he spat on the ground. "Fine, take those two. They're sick anyway." Leo handed over his last credits without another word. His hands shook slightly, but he did not stop. He watched as the trader unlocked the cage. The older girl helped the younger one stand. They moved slowly. Their feet were bare. Their clothes were torn and dirty. Leo bent down. "Come with me," he said softly. The older girl nodded. She held the younger one's hand tightly. Together, they left the broken market. Outside the market, the air was cold. Stars shone above Kora City's steel towers. Leo led the girls through dark alleys, back toward his ship, said nothing. He could hear their soft footsteps behind him. When they reached the ship, Leo opened the door and guided them inside. His ship was old and simple, but it was clean. He showed them a small sleeping area. "You can rest here," Leo said. "You're safe now." The older girl looked at him carefully. She seemed unsure, but after a long pause she whispered, "Thank you." Leo brought them food, simple bread and water. They ate slowly like they were not used to eating. "What's your name?" Leo asked after some time. "Nari," said the older girl. She pointed to the younger one. "She's Mina." Leo nodded. "I'm Leo." Nari said nothing more. She sat close to Mina, holding her as she fell asleep. Leo watched them in silence. He felt something strange inside his heart. It was a feeling he had not known in years. The feeling of caring for someone. He sat near the ship's controls, thinking about what he had done. He had no money left. He had no plan. The traders would not forget. He had just made enemies. But Leo didn't regret his choice. He looked back. At the two girls, Mina slept with her head on Nara's shoulder. Nari watched Leo with tired eyes, but she no longer looked afraid. For the first time in a long time, Leo felt like his life had a reason again. Outside, far away, the traders spoke to someone on their old radio. Yes, the man took them. "Ship is still here on Cora," a deep voice replied from the other side. "Good, don't let him leave." Leo didn't know it yet, but trouble was coming. Leo sat inside his old ship. His mind was not calm. Outside, the lights of Cora City flashed cold and blue, but inside, all was quiet. Nari and Mina slept together in the small sleeping area, too tired to speak. Leo watched the ship's control screen. His heart felt heavy. He knew he had no money left, and worse, he knew trouble was coming. Suddenly, the warning light blinked red. Leo stood up fast. He looked at the screen. 2 small ships were moving toward his position. Old bounty ships. Not fast, but strong. Leo's face turned serious. "They found us," he whispered. Quickly, he moved to the sleeping area. Nari woke. Up first, she looked at Leo, her golden eyes sharp now. "What is wrong?" she asked. "Bad people are coming. Stay here. Hold Mina close." Leo ran to the pilot's seat. His hands moved fast over the buttons. The ship's engines roared to life. Smoke filled the air as old metal parts tried to work after months of rest. But Leo pushed the ship forward. From the market tower, the traders watched his ship lift. "He's running," one of them shouted. The deep voice on their radio answered, cold and angry. "Let him run. Our hunters will catch him." In the sky, above Cora City, Leo's ship broke through the first layer of clouds, but the 2 bounty ships chased him. Laser shots flew past his ship. One shot hit the left engine. Sparks burst inside the cockpit. Leo felt the ship shake badly. He pressed a button. The ship jumped forward fast, using what little power it had left. "Come on. Hold together, old girl," Leo whispered to his ship. Nari ran to the cockpit, holding Mina's hand. "What's happening?" Nari asked, her voice shaking now. "They're chasing us." "They want to take you back," Leo said. I looked down at Mina. The small girl's blue eyes filled with fear. "We don't want to go." "Back," Nari said softly. "You won't," Leo promised. "Not while I'm alive." Behind them, the bounty ships fired again. A warning shot hit close to the back of Leo's ship. Then, a message came through the radio. "Pilot of the old ship, stop now. Hand over the alien girls. You will live." Leo stared at the screen. His jaw tightened. He answered in a calm but cold voice, "Come and take them." With that, he pushed the ship into full power. The bounty ships followed, angry now. They fired lasers nonstop. But Leo knew space routes better than most pilots. He flew close to Cora's rocky surface, turning between sharp mountains. The bounty ships followed, but had to slow down. Their ships were bigger. I watched him in silence. She saw how calm and strong Leo looked. Her fear lessened a little, but then Leo's ship started to shake badly. The left engine was too damaged. "We can't outrun them for long," Leo said. Nar looked at him, her voice unsure. "Can I help?" Leo glanced at her. "How?" I can control energy," Nari whispered. "I can try to stop their weapons." Leo didn't know if he could believe that, but there was no other choice. "Do it." Nari closed her eyes. Her body glowed softly. Strange lines of light appeared on her arms. Her small hands moved slowly in the air, as if she was touching invisible strings. Sweat rolled down her face. Behind them, the bounty ships prepared their last shot. But suddenly, their weapon systems failed. "What's happening?" one hunter shouted. "Systems are dead," another answered. Inside Leo's ship, Nari opened. Her eyes, her body shook from weakness, but her power had worked. "Their weapons. Not fire now," she whispered. Leo looked at her with surprise. "You saved us." Nari said nothing. She just sat down beside Mina, too tired to speak. Leo saw his chance. He flew the ship straight up, past Cora's highest mountain, pushed the ship into space. He didn't stop until the planet became small behind them. When they were safe, Leo finally breathed. He turned back to Nari and Mina. "You're safe now. We're in space. Nari looked up slowly. Where will we go? Leo looked out at the stars. I don't know yet, he said honestly. But far away from here. In the silence, Mina finally spoke her first words. Thank you. Leo felt something inside his chest, like a warm light. For the first time in years, someone had thanked him. Leo's ship moved quietly through deep space. The stars outside looked peaceful, but inside the ship, silence filled the air. Leo sat in the pilot's seat, his hands resting on the controls. He was thinking they had escaped Korra, but danger was not over. The ship was damaged. They had no money. And two strange alien girls sat in a ship, silent and scared. Nari and Mina stayed close to each other in the sleeping area. They didn't speak much. They ate quietly when Leo gave them food. Mina avoided eye contact. She held Nara's hand. All the time, like she was afraid someone would take her away again. Leo didn't know what to say to them. He was not used to talking to others. His life had been lonely for many years. One day passed, then another. Finally, Leo spoke. Where is your home? He asked. Nari looked at him with tired, golden eyes. Gone, she said softly. Leo said nothing. He understood. His home was gone too. Hunters took us from our planet, Nari said after a long silence. We lived in the forest. They used traps. They put chains on us. Sold us. Mina held Nara's arm tightly, her small face pale. I'm sorry, Leo said. His voice was honest. Nar looked surprised. She didn't expect anyone to say that. Why did you save us? She asked softly. Leo looked out the window at the stars. I don't know, he said. Maybe because no one saved me when I needed help. Silence returned. But this time it was not cold. Later, Leo worked on the ship's engine. Sparks flew as he tried to fix the broken left side. He heard footsteps behind him, turned and saw Nari standing there. Can I help? Asked Leo, hesitated. Then he gave her a small tool. Hold this. Nari held the tool carefully. Her hands were small but steady. She watched him work. After some time, she spoke. You are not like others. Leo looked at her. Why? You don't want to hurt us. Leo's face became serious. No, never. The first time, Nari gave a small smile. Mina took more time to trust. She hid behind Nari when Leo came near. But one night, when Leo was sleeping, Mina walked quietly to the cockpit. She sat in the pilot's seat and looked at the stars. Leo woke up and saw her. He didn't speak, just sat beside her. Mina finally whispered, Do stars have names? Yes, Leo said softly. Every star has a name, even if no one remembers it. Mina looked at him. What about us? Leo looked at her gently. You have names? And you're not forgotten. Mina's small fingers touched the glass window. I miss my mother. Leo felt a sharp pain in his heart. He didn't know what to say. I miss mine too, he said finally. Mina looked at him then for the first time. She smiled. Days passed. The ship moved far from Korra. Leo taught Nari how to check the engines. He taught Mina how to read the simple control screen. The girls watched him closely. They wanted to learn. They wanted to help. Leo felt something he had forgotten long ago. He felt not alone. One night, while Leo sat fixing wires, Nari sat beside him. Where are we going? She asked. Leo looked at her. I have a friend. He lives on a hidden moon called Varen. He can help us. Is he good? Nari asked carefully. Leo nodded. Tom is good. He's the only friend I have. Nari was silent for a moment. We stay with you? She asked softly. Leo looked surprised. Why? Because you are not like others, Nari said again. And Mina, she smiles now. Leo felt something warm inside him. You can stay, he said simply. But peace didn't last. While they slept, the ship's alarm started to beep softly. Leo woke fast. He checked the screen. A strange signal was pulling them from lightspeed. A trap. Leo cursed under his breath. He ran to the pilot's seat. Nar and Mina woke too. They felt the ship slow down. What's wrong? Nari asked. Someone found us, Leo said quickly. Another bounty ship. Mina's face turned white. Leo looked at Nari. Get Mina. Stay. In the sleeping area. Lock the door. Nari nodded. She took Mina's hand and ran. Leo looked at the screen. One big ship, stronger than before. His old ship couldn't fight it, Leo. Closed his eyes for a moment. I won't lose them, he grabbed the control stick and prepared for the next battle. The ship shook as it was pulled out of light speed. Warning lights flashed red across the cockpit. Leo gripped the control stick, eyes serious. He'd seen many traps before, but this one felt different. Stronger, smarter. A large bounty ship blocked the path ahead. Its black body covered the stars, and its weapons were already pointed at Leo's ship. Nura held Mina tightly inside the sleeping area. Mina was shaking. Nura kept whispering to her, It's okay. I'm here. Leo will save us. But even. Nari was afraid now. In the cockpit, Leo checked the screen. Big ship, heavy weapons, full shields. He knew his old ship couldn't fight this enemy. His left engine was weak, and the weapons were almost useless. Then, a cold voice came through the radio. Pilot, we found you. Hand over the alien girls. Leo said nothing. Hand them over. We will destroy your ship. Leo looked out the window at the enemy ship. He thought about Nari and Mina. He thought about the fear in their eyes. He couldn't let them be taken. Not now. Not ever. He pressed the radio button. Come and try. Beside the sleeping area, Nari felt the ship move fast. She knew Leo was. Flying hard, trying to escape. But the big ship was stronger. We can't run from them, Nari whispered. Mina looked at her with wide blue eyes. What do we do, Nari? Closed her eyes. She felt her energy. It was weak. She had used too much back on Korra. But now she had no choice. I'll help Leo, Nari said softly. Mina grabbed her hand. No, you're too tired. I have to, Nari said gently. He saved us. Now it's my turn. She stood up and walked to the cockpit. Leo was flying between asteroids, trying to lose the bounty ship. But the enemy was faster. Laser blasts flew past, shaking his ship. Suddenly Nari appeared beside him. You shouldn't be here, Leo. Said I can help. Leo looked at her. Her face was pale, but her golden eyes glowed faintly. How? I can stop their weapons. For a short time, Leo hesitated. He didn't want her to hurt herself. But he also knew there was no other way. Do it. Nari placed her small hands on the ship's control panel. Her body started to glow softly. Lines of energy ran across her skin, like shining marks. Leo watched in silence as Nari whispered strange words. Her voice was soft, almost like a song. Outside, the bounty ship's weapons suddenly shut down. In the enemy ship, alarms rang. Weapons offline? What? How? The captain of the bounty? Ship shouted in anger. Find them. Find what's wrong. But Nara's power had reached deep into their systems. The weapons were locked. The ship could not shoot. Leo saw his chance. He pushed the engines to full power. The ship flew straight toward the nearest asteroid field. But his ship was old, and the engines were weak. Behind him, the bounty ship's weapons started to come back online. Nari's power was fading. Sweat dripped from her face. Her small body shook from weakness. I can't. Hold, she whispered. Leo placed his hand on hers. That's enough. Rest now. Glow faded. She fell to the floor, too. Weak to stand, Leo caught her before she hit the ground. Thank you, he whispered. He carried her back to the sleeping area. Mina ran to them, tears in her eyes. Nari, she's okay, just tired, Leo said gently. He placed Nari beside Mina. Stay here, I'll handle the rest. Right. Mina nodded, hugging her sister tightly. Back in the cockpit, Leo looked at the screen. The bounty ship was moving closer. Weapons were fully online now. One shot could destroy his ship. Leo closed his eyes for a moment. He remembered old battles, old mistakes, old friends lost. Not this time, he whispered to himself. Not this time. Leo grabbed the control stick, flew straight into the asteroid field. Big rocks floated everywhere. It was dangerous. One wrong turn could crash the ship. But Leo was ready. Behind him, the bounty ship followed, careful but fast. Inside the rocks, Leo's old skills came alive. His ship twisted and turned between the floating giants. He used the rocks as shields. Laser blasts from the bounty ship hit the asteroids instead of his ship. He flew. Deeper, faster. The bounty ship struggled to follow. Then, Leo saw a big rock ahead. It was cracked in the middle. An idea came to his mind. He flew straight toward it at the last second. He turned his ship sideways and slid through the crack. The bounty ship tried to follow, but it was too. Big crash. The bounty ship hit the rock and exploded. Leo watched the fireball through the back window. He breathed out slowly. Goodbye. Minutes later, the ship floated in calm space again. Leo sat silently in the cockpit. They had survived. He stood up and walked back to the sleeping area. Nari was awake now, though still weak. Mina sat beside her, holding her hand. Leo looked at. Both of them were safe, he said softly. Mina smiled. Nari gave a small nod. Leo sat down near them. You saved us again, Nari said. No, Leo said softly. You saved us.
Act.
The three of them sat together in silence. But now, it was a warm silence. Not fear, not sadness, just quiet peace for the first time. They all felt like a team, a family, and somewhere deep inside Leo felt hope. Maybe. This was his new beginning. Leo's ship floated quietly through space. The stars outside looked peaceful, but inside the ship, Leo's mind was heavy with worry. The engines were weak. The ship was damaged. And he knew the bounty hunters would send more ships soon. They were not safe yet. Nari sat near Mina in the sleeping area. She was still tired after using her energy powers, but her eyes looked calm now. Mina stayed close to her, always holding her hand. Leo walked into the small sleeping area. We can't keep running like this, Leo said softly. Nari looked up. Where will we go? Leo sat down beside them. I know a place, he said. A hidden moon called Varan. My old friend Tom lives there. He can help us. Is he good? Mina asked in a small voice. Leo nodded. He's good. He's the only person I trust. Nari looked at Mina, then nodded too. Let's go. She said. Leo stood up. He walked to the cockpit and set the course. The ship turned slowly and moved toward Varan. After 2 days of quiet travel, they reached the hidden moon. Varan was a small, cold place, far from any planets or stations. The moon was covered in rocks and ice, but hidden inside one of the mountains was a small base. Leo sent a signal. A voice answered. Who's calling? Leo smiled for the first time in days. It's me, Tom. The voice laughed. Leo, after all these years, you're still alive? Just barely. Come in, old friend. The mountain doors opened slowly. Leo flew his ship inside. The doors closed behind them. Finally, they were safe. Tom waited near the landing pad. He was tall and strong, with a short beard and kind eyes. When Leo stepped out of the ship, Tom gave him a strong hug. You look worse than before, Tom, joked. Leo laughed softly. It's been a hard life. Then Tom saw Nari and Mina step out of the ship. His face turned serious. Who are they? Leo placed a hand on Nari's shoulder. They're under my protection. Looked into Leo's eyes. Then he nodded. Then they're safe here. Tom led them inside the base. It was warm, with simple beds and fresh food. Adi and Mina sat quietly, watching everything. They were not sure if they could trust Tom yet. Tom brought them hot soup. Mina took the bowl carefully. She looked at Tom, unsure. It's safe, Tom said softly. Mina nodded and ate slowly. Later, Leo told Tom everything. Tom listened without interrupting. When Leo finished, Tom looked worried. Bounty ships. Energy powers, and you spent your last credits to save them? Leo nodded. Why? I couldn't leave them. Tom was quiet for a long time. Then he spoke. You've changed, Leo. Leo looked at Tom. Maybe. Tom sighed. More bounty hunters will come. You know that, right? They won't stop. I know. Tom stood up. Then we need to prepare. The next day, Tom helped Leo fix the ship. They worked on the engines, weapons, and shields. Nari watched them work. She wanted to help, but her body was still weak. Mina stayed close to her sister. At night, Tom sat with Nari and Mina. "I can teach you some things," he said kindly, "if you want." Nari looked at him carefully. Then she nodded. Tom taught her how to repair simple machines. Mina learned how to read the radar screen. Leo watched them from a distance. A small smile appeared on his face. For the first time in a long time, things felt normal. But peace did not last long. One night, Tom came running to Leo. "We have a problem." Leo stood up fast. "What happened?" Tom showed him the radar screen. A signal. Leo looked at the screen. It showed a ship moving fast toward Varen. "Another bounty ship?" Leo asked. Tom shook his head, bigger. Leo's face became serious. "They found us." Nari and Mina sat quietly listening. Fear returned to Mina's eyes. Nari looked calm, but inside, she was scared too. Leo looked at them both. "We have two choices. We can hide, or we can fight." Mina whispered, "Hiding didn't save us before." Leo nodded slowly. "Then we fight." Tom smiled, just like old times. The next day, Leo trained Nari and Mina. He showed them how to use the ship's systems. He taught Nari how to control her energy without using too much power at once. Tom worked on building small defense weapons around the base. Nari practiced controlling small objects with her energy. At first, she struggled. But soon, she learned to move metal tools without touching them. Mina learned to sense danger earlier. Her strange gift allowed her to feel when enemies were close. Together, they prepared. Leo looked at his ship and the small moon base. He knew it was not much, but it was all they had, and he would not let anyone take Nari and Mina again, not while he was breathing that night. The enemy ship entered Varen's space. Tom stood beside Leo ready. Nari and Mina stayed. Inside the base, watching the screens, the battle was coming. And this time, they would fight as a family. The sky above Varen's hidden moon was black and silent. But Leo knew that danger was near. Inside the mountain base, he stood beside Tom, looking at the radar screen. A large enemy ship was closing in fast. "They're here," Tom said. Leo nodded. "Get ready." In the small control room, Nari and Mina watched quietly. Fear showed in Mina's eyes, but Nari held her hand tightly. "You'll be safe," Nari whispered. "Leo will protect us." Mina looked up. "We protect him too." Nari nodded. Mina was right. This was not just Leo's fight anymore. Outside, the enemy ship slowly landed on the moon's surface. It was bigger than any ship Leo had seen before. It had strong weapons, heavy armor, and full shields. Inside that ship, hunters and soldiers prepared their weapons. Had one goal: capture the two alien girls and kill anyone who protected them. Back inside the base, Tom loaded the defense. Guns. Leo checked his ship's weapons once more. The ship was ready, but old and weak. "This is not enough," Tom said. His voice was serious. "We can't win with firepower." Leo nodded. "Then we win with our minds." Before the battle started, Leo gathered Nari and Mina. "You both are part of this now," he said softly. "Nari, your energy powers can stop their weapons. Mina, your danger sense can warn us. But you must listen to me." "We will," Nari promised. Leo looked at them like a father protecting his family. "We survived together." Nari and Mina nodded. Tom smiled. "Let's show them we're not weak." When the enemy started moving toward the base, Leo activated the defense guns. Leos fired from the mountains, hitting the enemy soldiers. Some fell, but many kept coming. The enemy ship fired back. Explosions rocked the mountain. Dust and rocks fell inside the base. Mina screamed, but Nari held her close. Tom shouted over the noise, "They're breaching the walls." Leo's mind raced. If the walls broke, the soldiers would enter the base. "Time to fight," Leo said. Leo ran to his ship. He jumped into the pilot seat and flew the old ship out of the mountain base. He flew fast over the moon's surface, drawing the enemy ship's attention. "Come after me," said softly. The enemy ship fired lasers at him. He dodged left and right, flying between rocks. His old ship shook from the hits, but Leo didn't stop. Inside the enemy ship, the captain growled, "Shoot him down. Now." Leo flew straight at the enemy ship, then pulled up fast. The enemy lasers hit their own soldiers on the ground. Leo smiled. "Got you," but his ship was hit too. Warning lights flashed red. Smoke filled the cockpit. "Can't take many more hits," Leo whispered. Inside the base, Tom fought on the ground. He used blasters and small bombs to stop soldiers from entering. But there were too many. "We can't hold them," Tom shouted. Then Mina screamed from inside. "They're near." Nari stood up. Her golden eyes burned with light. No more hiding. She walked to the entrance of the base. Enemy soldiers pointed weapons at her. She raised her hands. Her body glowed bright like the sun. Energy waves shot from her hands, pushing soldiers back like leaves in the wind. Their weapons froze. Their machines stopped working. The soldiers shouted in fear. Running back, Tom watched in shock. Nari's power was real, but Nari fell to her knees, tired again. Mina ran to her. "Nari, stop. You'll die. I must protect you," Nari whispered. In space, Leo's ship was failing. One engine was dead. Couldn't escape now, but Mina's voice came over the radio. "Leo, danger." Leo heard her warning just in time. He pulled the ship left, dodging a final laser blast that would have killed him. "I hear you, little one," Leo said softly. Then Leo saw the enemy ship's weakness. Its main gun was charging up, but its shield was low near the engine. He knew what he had to do. Just like old times. Leo aimed straight for the enemy ship's weak spot. He pushed his ship forward. "Leo, what are you doing?" Tom shouted over the radio. Leo didn't answer. His ship raced toward the enemy at the last moment. Nara's weak voice came through the radio. "Leo, please come back." Leo's hand shook. Then, at the last second, he changed the plan. Instead of crashing, he fired his ship's last missile at the weak spot. Boom.A. Huge explosion rocked the enemy ship. Its engines failed. Its weapons died. Smoke and fire covered the moon's sky. Leo's ship flew past the burning wreck, barely holding together. "I'm coming back," Lou whispered. On the ground, the enemy soldiers saw their ship burning. They lost hope. They dropped their weapons and ran. Tom stood up, breathing hard. "We won." Inside the base, Mina held Nari close, crying softly. "We're safe." Minutes later, Leo landed his broken ship inside the base. Smoke rose from the engine. The ship wouldn't fly again. But Leo was alive. Tom ran to him. "You're crazy." Leo smiled weakly. "Maybe." Then Nari and Mina ran to Leo. Mina hugged him first. "You came back." Leo placed his hand on her head softly. "I promised." Nari stood beside him. Her eyes shone, but tears fell. "Thank you for everything." Leo looked at them both. "We're a family now. Families protect each other." Tom smiled. The battle was over, but their journey was just beginning. The battle was over. The moon of Varen lay quiet once again. The smoke had cleared. Broken machines and empty weapons lay scattered on the rocky ground. The enemy ship was destroyed. The last soldiers had run away. Silence returned to the hidden base. Inside the mountain, Leo sat beside Nari and Mina. His ship was broken. His body was tired. But for the first time in a long time, he felt peace in his heart. Tom stood nearby, watching them. "You really did it, Leo," Tom said softly. "You fought for something." Leo looked at Nari and Mina. "I fought for someone." Mina sat close to him, holding his hand. Nari, though still weak, smiled gently. Her golden eyes were calm now. "Are they gone forever?" Mina asked softly. Leo nodded. "Yes, they won't come back." Mina smiled for the first time that day, and the next days. Life inside the base changed. Tom helped Leo fix the base and clean the broken parts. Nari helped too, her energy stronger now. She learned to repair small machines and she worked hard every day. Mina watched the radar screen, keeping guard just like Leo taught her. She could sense danger before the machines could. One morning, while Leo was fixing a broken door, Mina sat beside him. "Are we going to leave this moon?" she asked softly. Leo looked at the sky through the door. "Do you want to?" Mina thought for a moment. "Maybe, but I want to stay with you." Leo smiled. "We'll stay together." Nari came and sat with them. "Wherever we go as a family." Leo looked at her, feeling something warm inside. Yes, as a family. Days passed. Tom saw the change in Leo. He saw the change in the girls too. "You saved them," Tom said. One night, Leo shook his head. "No, they saved me." Tom smiled. He had never seen Leo like this before. He saw hope in his old friend's eyes. "Where will you go next?" Tom asked. Leo looked up at the stars. "Somewhere quiet, somewhere safe, a place where no one will hunt them. You're welcome to stay here." Leo smiled. "Thank you, Tom. But it's time to find a real home." Tom nodded. "Then let me help you one last time." In the next week, Tom worked hard. He repaired Leo's old ship, making it stronger than before. He added new shields and fixed the broken engines. He taught Nari and Mina how to check the ship's systems. He also gave Leo a small box of supplies, food, fuel, and tools. "Can't give you more," Tom said, "but this will help." Leo shook his friend's hand. "You've already given me enough." Finally, the day came when Leo's ship was ready. It was time to leave the hidden moon. On the morning of their journey, Nari and Mina stood near the ship, looking at Tom. "Thank you for helping us," Nari said softly. Tom smiled. "Take care of each other." Mina gave Tom a small hug. He looked surprised but happy. "I'll miss you, little one," he said gently. Leo stood near the ship, watching quietly. Tom walked up to him. "Wherever you go, remember, you're not alone now." Leo looked at Nari and Mina. "I know. I stepped back." Leo, Nari, and Mina boarded the ship. The engines roared to life. The doors of the mountain base opened. The ship lifted into the sky, and slowly, they left the moon behind. Inside the ship, Mina sat in the pilot seat beside Leo. "Where are we going?" she asked. Leo smiled softly. "Somewhere new." Nari sat behind them, watching the stars through the window. Leo looked at both girls. "You're free now. No one will hurt you again." Mina looked up at him. "Because we have you." Leo nodded. "And I have you." As the ship moved through space, Leo taught the girls more each day. Nari learned how to fly the ship. She was a quick learner. Mina learned how to read maps and star charts. Together, they explored quiet parts of the galaxy. Staying away from big cities and busy stations, they found small planets with green trees and clean air. They stayed a few days on each one, always moving forward. Sometimes they sat together near a campfire under strange skies. Sharing simple meals at night, Mina looked at the stars. "Do you think our mother can see us?" she asked softly. Nari hugged her. "She would be proud of us." Leo looked at them both. "She would be proud of you." Mina smiled. And that night, they slept peacefully. Many months later, they found a small planet with deep forests, clear rivers. In quiet skies, there were no cities, no hunters, no machines. Just peace. Leo looked at Nari and Mina. "Should we stay here?" he asked Nari, looked around. Mina smiled brightly. "Yes," Leo nodded. "Then this is home." They built a small house near the river. Leo hunted animals and grew food. Nari used her powers to help create energy from the sun. Mina explored the forests, learning about animals and plants. Life was simple and happy. Every night they sat together. Outside, watching the stars, Mina pointed at one star. "That one. We'll name it after our mother." Nari smiled. "And that one." "After you, Mina." Leo watched them. "And one star for me." Mina laughed. "You're too big for just one star." Leo smiled. And in that moment, he felt complete, a broken man, who once walked alone in dark markets, now sat beside his family, under peaceful skies. Their journey was over. Their new life had begun, together as a family.